So in the theaters now, as they say, in the cinemas now, this new film about David Bowie, Moonage Daydream. I don't know much about it. It seems to be maybe not a documentary so much as just a lot of collections of live recordings and all put together in this kind of psychedelic. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Mark Commode every week he rates the top 5 movies, and I think he rated Moonage Daydream as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Of his top 5 for this week. It looks really good. I haven't had a chance to get the cinema to see it yet, but it got me thinking about an old conspiracy that I'd heard about David Bowie supposedly predicting Kanye West.
That's just a weird thing that I've never heard of.
The music industry is full of strange conspiracies. In the past, we've looked at the 27 Club. You can go and look at that old podcast if you want. That famous club where members all died at the age of 27. And soon we're going to be dedicating a podcast to the theories that Paul McCartney is dead. The Paul is dead conspiracy. David Bowie is a very interesting individual. He would construct characters like the famous Ziggy Stardust and attract many different conspiracies about what some of his cryptic lyrics mean. And this is probably a good time to talk about the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders of Mars. Not only does the album celebrate its half century this year, but the critically acclaimed movie Moonage Daydream has been released, as I said. The conspiracy that I'm really interested in with David Bowie actually surrounds a theory that he predicted the life of American rap star Kanye West, and pays mention to Kanye throughout his career, including in the final Black Star album. West, like Bowie, isn't one to shy away from controversy. What are some of the things he's done? Strange names, for example, like his kid. So he's got North West, Chicago West, Sam West, as in like a biblical Sam, and Saint West. He supported Trump when the whole of the media world turned their backs on him, and he's outspoken about his Christian faith, even going so far as to release a Christian rap record, Jesus is King, in 2019. Back in 2013, Kanye West appointed himself Yeezus, Yeezus. So he wasn't afraid to court controversy, and perhaps he himself believes he got into some sort of divine direction. The conspiracy goes back to the cover of Bowie's 5th studio album from 1972, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, which launched Bowie's alter ego character Ziggy Stardust. Bowie is seen in the album cover in a dark London street beneath a sign for a shop called Kayne West. It's the only thing of any prominence in the picture apart from Bowie. If you look at the picture, it just shows Bowie really. There's a lot of boxes and things around the street, but it's all quite dark.
It's very iconic this album cover.
The first track on Ziggy Stardust is 5 years, a prediction of a dire world that would happen in 5 years' time if a so-called Starman didn't come back to Earth to save humanity. The strange thing is that exactly 5 years and 2 days after the album was released, Kanye West was born. Spooky, eh? Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just kind of something that happened. But in the 1974 interview with Rolling Stones magazine, David Bowie made an odd prediction about the death of Ziggy Stardust. As soon as Ziggy dies on stage, the infinite takes his elements and makes themselves visible. Strangely, West was one of the first celebrities to tweet after the passing of Bowie in 2016, saying David Bowie was one of the most important inspirations. So fearless, so creative, he gave us magic for a lifetime. It's a bit tenuous, but these connections don't stop the theories bubbling away. Another coincidence is that 3 days before Bowie died, the singer Sia previewed a new song called Reaper, which was co-written and produced by none other than, you guessed it, yes, Kanye West. Funnily enough, I had Spotify on shuffle today, and Reaper, I've never heard Reaper before, and it came up, and I thought, oh, that's that song. Strange. Another coincidence is that 3 days before Bowie died, we've done that. David Bowie's final album, Black Star, the title track is a strange, mournful sounding piece that some compare to a black mass. Went back to Aleister Crowley again. Around halfway through the song, the tempo changes and the song becomes more upbeat. The lyrics are: something happened on the day he died. Spirit rose a meter and stepped aside. Someone else took his place and bravely cried, I'm a black star, I'm a black star. And many say, of course, West is literally a black star. The third track on the album, Lazarus, has biblical tie-ins, which also connect to West's reference to God and Christ. It's a bit of a stretch, really. I'm not one who really believes in all this, but it's fun to have a little listen back to old Bowie albums. And a bit of Kanye West was good to listen to as well. I'm really looking forward to that film, Moonage Daydream. But it's interesting to see how all these conspiracies work.
Do you know what I'm just thinking of? Do you ever see these conspiracy knobs?
Yeah.
And it's got, like, some of them are absolutely crazy, and it's like all these little things that, like, connect up to each other, and it's all, like, fantastically complicated sometimes. That's you know, because you kind of think, well, David Bowie connects to Crowley.
Yeah.
But it also connects to our next episode, which is going to be about predictive programming. Because there's an example of predictive programming.
Predictive programming? What is?
What you just talked about.
Okay.
About the whole Kanye West thing.
Kanye West thing.
And David Bowie.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much for joining us this week. We'll be back again next week. Of course, it's about predictive programming next week. I've really enjoyed coming back. We are back hopefully every week now. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. You can ask your Alexa. You can say, Alexa, play Weirdly Enough podcast, and it'll come up. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and all our socials as well. We're all over the place. Just search Weirdly Enough and you will come across us. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe wherever you're listening to us, and like us, leave us a comment. It really does help, and we really appreciate that. Thank you, and talk again soon.